Good afternoon. I'm Chris Ty in the CBS 2 newsroom. You are looking at the right side of your screen. A press conference about to begin. The family of Dexter Reed, the 26-year-old man who was shot and killed by Chicago police 19 days ago in Humboldt Park. Questions swirling now over the justifiable use of force by police and why he was pulled over in the first place. Let's listen in to what we're hearing from the family for the first time today.
From Northwestern University School of Law and the Community Civil Rights Clinic. We're also here, you can see behind me, the family and extended family of Dexter Reed. We have Nicole Banks, his mother, Portia Banks, Dexter's sister, Dexter's father, Dexter Banks Sr., other uncle, Roosevelt Banks, and other family and friends. Let's take a minute and talk about who Dexter Reed was. He's 26 years old, played basketball at Westinghouse, led the team to a regional championship. Dexter later became a student athlete at Morton College, where he obtained his associate's degree. His friends and family affectionately called him Buki. Dexter enjoyed playing hoops. He enjoyed healthy eating. He enjoyed cooking. He loved spending time at his sister Portia's shop. Dexter's goal was to be a broadcaster. So let's talk about why we're here today and why Mayor Johnson and State's Attorney Kim Foxx and Chief of Copa just gave their press conference. We're here today because on March 21st, something really tragic happened in the city of Chicago. What we witnessed on the video that we watched with the family yesterday was tactical officers, plain clothes, unmarked SUV, wearing hoodies and baseball caps, pulling over Dexter for not wearing a seatbelt. These officers never announced they were police officers. And then what we witnessed, Dexter got out of his car, unarmed, and was shot by the police. Based on the Copa report that you all received this morning, 96 rounds were fired by these officers. So let's say that again. 96 rounds were fired by these tactical officers. And what also happened is if you watch the end of the video, you see an officer military style executing Dexter while he laid by his vehicle, unarmed and helpless. Last Friday at the funeral, this family said their last goodbyes to Dexter. Now that this family has watched the video and seen the evidence, we are demanding action. We also believe that Mayor Brandon Johnson is committed to change. We believe that under his leadership, Chicago can change. He spoke with the family on Saturday afternoon. He committed to a full and transparent investigation. So where do we go next? We're asking the Johnson administration to commit to the consent decree. Sheila Betty and her team, Craig Futterman and his team have worked tirelessly to advance the consent decree, and there's been a total lack of compliance. We're specifically asking the mayor and Police Chief Snelling to disband these tactical units that have been terrorizing communities, folks in communities on the west and south sides. We're also asking that Superintendent Snelling strip the officers involved with this fatal and unjustified shooting. We're asking Chief Kirsten from Copa to continue her investigation. We're also asking, if you watch the objective video evidence, that State's Attorney Kim Foxx move swiftly to get justice for this family in what we think there should be a criminal indictment against some of these officers. We're also asking Mayor Johnson to work with government officials in Springfield to advance legislation related to disciplinary police actions. Keep those hearings public and in the open for all of us to see and witness. This family doesn't want this to happen to anyone else. This family also doesn't want any violence in this city based on this incident. What we know is what started on March 21st as a pretextual, unconstitutional, and unreasonable search, and then 96 shots later, and then 3 or 4 additional shots shot into Dexter is unimaginable. And that's why this family and we are here today. Dexter is not here because of the actions and inactions of this administration and this police chief. How many more young black and brown young men need to die before this city will change? We're asking for a collective commitment from the city and community stakeholders to advance change. Next, I want to introduce my co-counsel partner, Stephen Hart.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Stephen Hart from the law firm of Hart, McLaughlin, and Eldridge. It's a very important day in this city. The city, Copa, the state's attorney have all made statements relating to the shooting of Dexter Reed. It's now the family's turn to address the media. It cannot be lost on the public that the Reed family lost their beloved son, brother, nephew. He was precious to them. And what's worse is that he lost his life at the hands of those that took an oath to serve and protect him. The explanation that we're getting today is that Dexter was pulled over for failing to wear his seatbelt. Now, this leaves many, many questions. Why were tactical officers jumping out of an unmarked police car with their guns drawn for a simple traffic violation of not wearing your seatbelt? Dexter did not run. There was no chase. They asked him to roll down his window. He did. And in response, he got guns in his face for not wearing a seatbelt. To us, to the family, that sounds disproportionate. It sounds pretextual. There is a problem with policing in this city when 5 tactical officers jump out of an unmarked police car brandishing their weapons for a young man that wasn't wearing his seatbelt. What's worse is the city has a long and sordid history of trampling on the rights of black people in this city. There have been multiple lawsuits filed, class action lawsuits, declaratory lawsuits. They've been filed by the Department of Justice, by institutions of higher learning, the Police Accountability Task Force, run by our former mayor, addressed the stop and frisk policies of this city. There is something very wrong about the manner in which the Chicago Police Department is policing our minority and underprivileged neighborhoods. And this is but another glaring and tragic example of the police policies and practices being instituted, and they led to the death of a 26-year-old young man for not wearing a seatbelt. I'll offer one more thought. The police department in this city often suggests that they have a right to discharge their firearms when they perceive a threat against them. Imagine a 26-year-old not having known what he did wrong and having 5 guns pointed at him. Do you believe he was frightened? Do you think his security and health and safety was threatened? So oftentimes we hear in unjustified shootings that officers felt they were at risk, that there was danger because someone was pointing a gun at them. Yet when they create the same set of circumstances, they fire away 96 times in 41 seconds. They fire away 40 times on an unarmed man outside his vehicle. And finally, they fire away after reloading their clips 3 times on a young man who was lying on the ground, having already been shot multiple times. It doesn't seem right to this family. It should not be comfortable for the citizens of Chicago. And so we're asking for a dialogue with the city, an important dialogue. We'd like to thank Copa for looking closely at this shooting. We have confidence that they'll investigate it thoroughly, and when they do, they'll bring the appropriate charges. We'd like to thank Kim Fox for her courage in what she has to review in the next couple of weeks. And now I'd like to ask...
So Sheila Betty, Northwestern School of Law, Community Justice Clinic is going to speak, given her background on Monell violations.
And you have been listening to the attorneys for the family of Dexter Reed, a press conference just hours after Copa, the Civilian Office of Police Accountability, released the videos of the deadly police shooting 19 days ago in Humboldt Park. The attorneys for the family asking for very specific changes in the city, from disbanding the tactical units that were employed in this case to stripping the officers involved in this case of their police powers. And they're asking for the state's attorney to swiftly come down with criminal indictments against the officers involved. Let's briefly show you some of the materials that were released this morning by Copa that kind of animates what happened. I want to show you this piece of video, and this we'll talk about on the other side.
Roll that one down too. Hey, don't roll the window up. Don't roll the window up. Okay. Do not roll the window up.
The suspect to come out of the vehicle, not to roll up his window, and then the shots begin.
Unlock the doors now. Open the door now. Open the door now.
You can hear the officer exchanging dialogue with Dexter Reed. The shots then begin. In total, there were 96 shots over 41 seconds. This is a case where the state's attorney's office says the central question is, was this use of force justified? And as you heard the attorneys for Dexter Reed say, another central question is, how can 5 officers that are in plain clothes coming out of unmarked vehicles be responding to a traffic stop? The lack of wearing a seatbelt. Something seems funny there, and they want some very serious questions answered. We're going to continue to pour through all of these facts and put it all together for you today on our news at 4, 5, and 6. If you'd like to watch more of that press conference, we do understand the family is going to be speaking in just a few moments' time. We'll be streaming that live on our website. That's cbschicago.com.